everyone. I'm TT.
And I'm Talon.
And this is the Nerdy Hour TNT.
We do have a lot to talk about today, but if you haven't already, be sure to go down there, hit the subscribe button, and also hit that notification bell so you're notified every single time we upload a new episode.
And if you have anything you want to add in the comments or discuss politely, go ahead and do that too.
Alright, ready to get started today?
Oh, yep. Once again, it's going to be a surprise. I have no clue what the topics are.
Okay, so, this one I saw in discussions recently, semi-recently on the internet. So there's going to be a new turn-based Star Wars game made by Respawn Entertainment. And it's going to be revealed, whatever, at Star Wars Celebration on April 19th.
Ooh.
I've seen like a couple of clips of it, or like, you know, the ones that were like kind of revealing that they are making a turn-based game. It looks interesting. A lot of people aren't happy about it because a lot of people don't like turn-based, especially with Star Wars.
Well, Star Wars fans don't like much of anything.
Yeah, that's true.
I watched someone else one time on YouTube, and they said Star Wars is not even better than Star Wars.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, like I'm intrigued to see what they can do because like I don't know how that would essentially work. And I hope it's not just like a mobile game type thing.
I hope it's not mobile, but a turn-based can work.
Yeah, I definitely can. I mean,
look at KOTOR. I mean, that wasn't really turn-based, but that was really old school.
Yeah. Excuse me, that was like, what, early 2000s?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah. So that was like, that predated Dragon Age, and you had the little bar on top, and you had the click in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, old games. And
so.
Yeah,
People that play all Atlas games are basically turn-based. I mean, turn-based can be really cool. Look at I can never say that game's name.
Metaphor Refantasio?
Yeah, that one. So.
Okay. Yeah, that's really fun.
Or Personas, or Shin Megami. I mean, they're all turn-based, though.
Even Baldur's Gate 3, that's turn-based.
Yeah.
So, yeah, turn-based can work if you do it correctly.
Yeah,
the only thing that waits to be seen is if they do it correctly.
Right.
Because, I mean, there are definitely games where turn-based does not work.
Right, it doesn't.
But, yeah, I'm excited to see what they can fish out.
Yeah,
I've never heard of Respawn Entertainment, though. That's what kind of intrigued me.
Respawn, I've heard of them. They did something big.
Did they?
Yeah. I don't remember what it was.
I will look it up for you. Respawn Entertainment. Yeah, because I do not remember.
I've heard about them.
Oh, they made Apex Legends, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh.
So that's where you probably know them from.
Oh, okay.
No, made Titanfall. So yeah, they worked on a bunch of
good games.
Yeah, and it looks like those are the only games that they made, though, so they're relatively new.
Okay, well, see, they've made everyone likes the new Star Wars games from them, so.
Yeah, so I would trust them with.
Yeah, I'd give them a benefit of a doubt as of now.
Yeah, I'll definitely be intrigued as to what is revealed. By the way, did you also hear that there's a new live-action Zelda movie coming out?
No. Is it real this time?
Yeah, it's coming March 26, 2027.
Is it Japan or American?
We don't know. I do not know that as of right now.
Okay.
But we just know that one's happening.
Okay, is it for sure this time? Because that's been floating around since I think
the 90s.
It
was officially confirmed by Nintendo.
Okay, because I think that has been around a long time. Same with Zelda movie.
And we do have a release date. Cause they released the release date for it, March 26, 2027.
Okay, that's right. Okay, it'd be interesting to see.
Maybe
it's I hope it's a collaboration between Japan and the U.S.
That'd be cool. I saw someone say that like, the person who plays Link is probably either going to be Chris Pratt or Jack Black. Because like those are like the only two characters that they ever cast for video game movies for some reason.
Yeah, but they do a lot of voice acting too, so I hope they get unknowns. I like when they get unknowns for well-known characters.
That's true, yeah. Because I mean, like it's nice having big names, but it's also nice to have like some random person. I mean, like look at Walker Scobell and Percy Jackson. I mean, like he was in like one thing, like I mean, it was a pretty big thing, but he was in one thing before, and then. He was handed this, and then like everyone who's a Percy Jackson fan knows who he is.
Right, and but the Harry Potter movies with all the kid actors, they were all unknowns.
Yeah.
So unknowns can work. I mean, Chris Pratt was basically an unknown too before the cast.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, he was in what was that show? Parks and Recreation.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was in Everwood when he was a lot younger. But I mean, before those, I mean, the populace didn't know him.
Yeah.
So hopefully they get enough ones to play at least Zelda and Link.
Yeah. And I saw someone also say that in the movie, Link is not allowed to speak. He's only allowed to yell.
As long as they don't have, what's her name? That little fairy in Ocarina of Time.
Oh, yeah,
Link,
I know.
Link, hey, Link.
Yeah. They probably will just to annoy the audience.
Oh, God. Well, she doesn't say Link, that's right, because you can name the character anything. Hey, Link.
Yeah. Yeah, I've really played like a few Legend of Zelda games and never really beaten any of them, but
I've beaten Ocarina of Time. I think that's the only one I've beaten. I tried.
You beat Breath of the Wild?
No, I haven't played that one very much.
Gotcha.
I tried. I got Majora's Mask way back for the N64.
Yeah.
In that 3-day time, I just could not do it.
Really?
Having to start over and do all that crap. It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what I was supposed to do and what I already did, and
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds annoying.
it was. It was unique to put it that
Plus,
way.
like the older Zelda games, I feel would be a lot more difficult, like than newer ones. At least as far as puzzles and stuff go.
Well, they were and they weren't. If you look, they were because I watched the Angry Video Game Nerd and years ago. I think it was when Twilight Princess he went through all the Zelda games way back in the day, and
Gotcha.
they were difficult, but not so much for the time. Now they would be considered easy.
Gotcha.
For the time, they were just difficult enough for people to have fun.
Gotcha. But it's like not overwhelmingly
No,
difficult.
except the Ocarina of Time, that water temple.
Was it that bad?
Yes. Yes, the water temple was really bad.
Oh, Ocarina of Time, didn't that? What did that come out on? I'm trying to remember what's this.
That came out the 64.
The 64. Okay.
And
What was that one that came out for the Wii U?
I think that was Twilight Princess.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure one came out for the Wii U, maybe. Speaking of
Not the Wii U, the Wii.
the Wii, okay, that's what it was. By the way, speaking of the Wii U, isn't it crazy how much that system flopped?
Mm-hmm.
Because they did no marketing for it, and so then they released expecting people to buy it, and then hardly anyone did.
Right, yeah.
It's just like really surprising.
But luckily it's not tragic like the Vita. The Vita was a great little handheld console and had a lot of power, and they marketed it a lot, but
Yeah.
Cat's trying to jump on. Oh!
Yep.
Uh-oh.
There he goes.
Yeah. Should we get him down?
No,
Oh!
he does that all the time.
It was a cat, sorry. He was hanging from the door frame.
Oh my gosh, he's a weird guy. But yeah, so
I just can't wait till the non-Zelda fans freak out when they see that Zelda is played by a girl.
yeah.
If you don't play Zelda.
Yeah. Everyone thinks that the boy is Zelda,
Uh-huh.
which I think is funny.
Yeah, I do too.
Which is obviously definitely not the case.
Nope. Oh, I wonder what time frame they're gonna take it in.
I wonder that too, because I mean, like obviously, many different games, all like. Yeah,
Maybe they'll do their own thing. They could do that. It'd be
yeah.
easiest to do their own thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, isn't that what kind of the Super Mario Bros. Movie kind of did?
Yeah, that's a story and a half. If you want
Yeah.
to do that, we can have a whole podcast talking about what that movie was supposed to be and what happened. They should make a movie about the making of that movie.
I would watch it.
Right. Apparently everyone's showing up to work drunk, and originally it was rated R and this and that.
Yeah. Well, it did not turn out that way.
No, it didn't. It was not the movie everyone signed up to do, so no one was happy. But like I said, we can do that topic, a whole podcast on that topic.
Also, about we got some Hogwarts Legacy news. So apparently there was an expansion and a definitive edition that were going to happen, but they were both canceled.
Yeah, I read that. I didn't want to read the article. I found that depressing.
Yeah, the sequel is still in the works though. Just the
As long as they don't make the sequel live service.
Yeah, I hope that too. I've still not beaten Hogwarts Legacy. I haven't actually played it in a while. I should probably get on that.
I beat it twice. Once as a Ravenclaw and once as a Gryffindor.
You didn't be a Slytherin?
No, I beat it as a Hufflepuff.
You weren't a Slytherin?
I am a Slytherin too. I just haven't beat it with the Slytherin yet.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, what the heck? Slytherin's the best house.
They actually have the coolest room, I think. I like their
Well,
common room a lot.
Yeah, because aren't they in like the dungeons?
Yeah, and it's got like the water and everything, and it's got that real pretty music playing.
Yeah.
I wish you could do more in the common room than just nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Hogwarts Legacy is a fun game.
It is.
And I remember like talking with someone recently, and that, like they're talking about how like I was telling them about how like the older like Harry Potter games, like Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the PS2, like that was like mind blowing back then that you could be like Harry Potter. But then this is like kind of that, but like in a different time frame. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but you get to do it. I love just running around Hogwarts. I mean, I wish you could do more in the castle because it's just so full of stuff and
yeah,
you can't interact with most of it. But it's all the details amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think they did a really good job on the game.
Yeah, and you can see they cut a lot out. You can see they probably did have a system where your actions affected how people reacted to you and stuff. And
yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Maybe for the sequel.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, we still don't have any timeline on that or any like release dates, nothing like that.
No,
well, what are you looking to hope for from that second game?
I want them to be a little. He could say, but a little more personal. Like, I wish you could travel with a group all the time. Maybe put in like you don't have to have a romance, but actually have like a friendship thing where you can make people mad or angry at you if they travel with you.
Gotcha.
And then have house points actually count.
Okay.
Like you can lose points by doing this, and
yeah.
Because you can technically lose points, I think, or can't you? I don't know.
I don't remember honestly.
No. I think you can if you do something, but yeah, I don't remember. But make the house points count more.
Yeah.
Where it's actually a competition. Put a little more school life in there too.
Yeah.
They need to balance the fighting with the school life. Like again, more like Persona.
Yeah.
Except stay action based.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I don't really think turn-based would work with that kind of game.
No, I mean they could make it work, but they can't. Once you go action, it's hard to switch back.
Yeah.
I mean, when Final Fantasy switched away from turn-based, the fans went ballistic.
Gotcha.
So it's like how dare they? It started with 12 was the first game that was not turn-based.
Gotcha.
I'm not quite sure about 11 because that was an MMO.
Yeah.
So no one really counted that one in the main thing at the time.
Yeah.
So, but when 12 came out and then 13, it's like,
Yeah. Yeah, I personally like, yeah, because like, yeah, you can only really do turn-based if you're extremely like,
if you know what you're doing.
yeah, because like you can't, like, that's what people don't recommend. Like, if you're making your first game, don't start it off being turn-based most of the time, because like it's harder. Like some will argue it's harder to do, and harder to like make it smooth and efficient and that kind of thing.
Right. Well, it's because when they first did turn-based action games were extremely limited. So before it used to be a forced thing, but now to make it engaging, you have to do it right.
Yeah.
Like, Atlas does it right.
Yeah.
And Square Enix did go back to they have the Bravely Default games, which are basically old school Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's crystals, and you do turn-based, and you have jobs, and
yeah.
I was playing Bravely Default 2. I beat the first one, and 2, I just got to this part where I was whooping everyone's butt, and suddenly I'm not strong enough, and I'm like, you know what? Screw it, I'm done.
Yeah. Speaking of turn-based, there's a new Pokemon Legends ZA trailer that came out yesterday.
I am so behind. I have not watched any of the trailers yet.
So, let me just kind of break you down so kind of what's been happening. So, obviously it's called Pokemon Legends ZA, and you're in, like, the city of Lumio City, that took place in the X and Y games. So, pretty much you're doing an urban redevelopment plan of Lumio City kind of thing, right? And pretty much the entire game takes place inside this one city.
Okay.
And then there are wild zones, which you can go in and catch Pokemon and stuff like that. That's how you catch wild Pokemon. But then at night, then there's a tournament where all the best trainers battle it out to go from rank Z to rank A.
Oh wow.
Or rank Z to A. And also, what's funny, you can jump people in the dark alley. Like, you can sneak up on trainers and throw your Pokeball to surprise them, and then get an advantage in the battle.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, and plus, there's a new battle mechanic now, where instead of it being turn-based, like we were just talking about, you run around into your Pokemon, and as they follow you to try and dodge attacks, you yell out your Pokemon to use moves at specific times, and they can Mega Evolve, but it has a timer. Like, it's like a completely new battle mechanic.
It'll be interesting to see how that works.
Yeah, I would highly recommend watching the 2 trailers. There's the original announcement trailer, and then there's the most recent one that happened at Nintendo Direct. It wasn't really a trailer; it was more like a gameplay overview type thing. But yeah, I'm extremely excited for it. It comes out in November this year, and I'm definitely going to be buying that. It looks super sick. And also, another thing too, it is coming on the Switch, not the Switch 2. Well, it might be on that too, but we know for sure it's coming to the Switch.
Good.
So
I take it this might be one of the games that pushes the Switch to its limit.
Yeah, probably, because they said the Switch 2 was going to have Xbox 360 graphic compatibilities, which is insane for a handheld to have that good of graphics. So yeah, we'll definitely have to see about the Switch 2. I mean, does it have a release date yet?
I haven't looked. I'm assuming it wouldn't surprise me if they're going to try to get it out for Christmas.
That wouldn't surprise me either.
And get like a bundle with the Pokemon game or some other game.
Yeah. That's true.
That it's going to be a holiday season, either this Christmas or next Christmas. They're not going to do it in the middle of it.
Like middle of the year.
Yeah, so it's going to be a.
I definitely heard rumors that to be this year though.
So I would assume.
Yeah. But yeah.
Just to warn you, if the date ever says something's coming out December 31st for a game, they're lying to you.
Why?
Because that's how, for I don't know how many years, 6 years. That's the date that Final Fantasy versus 13 was going to come out on every year.
Oh, really?
It's a placeholder date when they don't have a TBA and it's supposed to be coming out. So
gotcha.
if you see December 31st of current year, that means they don't have a real release date yet.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So.
By the way, I know you were talking about the Final Fantasy Brave games earlier.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Bravely Default.
Yeah. So Final Fantasy mobile game is shutting down in May 30th.
Okay.
It was called War of the Visions Final Fantasy Brave Exvius.
Okay, yeah, I heard of it. I never really played it.
But yeah, that's shutting down. A lot of at least JRPG mobile games get shut down. Is that it's because it's too expensive to maintain? Yeah.
And they don't want to. Or they seem to do it when people start to taper off, but don't hate it yet. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I know for Kingdom Hearts, it was Union Cross and Dark Road that were mobile games that ended up getting blacklisted, but sucked because you need to play those games in order to fully understand what's going to happen.
Games, I wish they would release them somehow as a downloadable thing for Nintendo, or just they did it for.
There might be something on the online because people hack stuff all the time, so there might be a way to get it on your computer through less than authorized method.
I wish they would release it as they did with Recoded.
Gotcha.
Because they re-released that for the 3DS.
Gotcha.
So they could just release it for the Switch, and I don't know quite how, because it was like I said, I played half of it, and then I took a break, and someone by the way, it's because I went to play it, and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, this game is gone. When did that happen?
Yeah. Cause I remember when. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts mobile games, I know we talked about this in the last episode, but I am super excited for the Missing Link mobile game. I hope it doesn't get delisted. If it's just a regular mobile game, without live service, yada yada, I think it should be fine to not get delisted.
Who knows what it's going to be? It's either going to be extremely important or be coded and recoded, and it doesn't mean much.
Oh yeah, or Melody of Memory, where you only need to play it to the very end to do all that.
Right, so it's either going to be hardly important or extremely important.
Yeah, there's no in between.
There's no in between with these games.
Yeah,
so,
I wish I could I watch videos on the Union Cross Dark Road stuff, obviously. And I wish I could have played them just so I could go know more about the people in the masks they see at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, see it.
I'm forgetting their names. It's Ava.
Right.
The other ones, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot which one I followed.
And we still don't know what's in the black box.
And we still don't know who Demix is.
Yeah, we don't know Demix's real name. Yeah, there's a lot of questions.
Because we've seen all the other ones. I don't think we saw him, as far as I know. Or did we see him but don't know his name?
In Kingdom Hearts 3 or
anywhere?
Oh.
Because I know we've seen all the others.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell him your theory? We were talking about how you said Namuro's obsessed with the crossroads and he plays the guitar.
Yeah. Like my theory was pretty much like because Namuro's always been obsessed with crossroads, and actually on a tweet semi-recently, it was like a couple months ago, he pretty much said that, you know, they're at crossroads again at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, so what, like, will happen in Kingdom Hearts 4, kind of teasing Kingdom Hearts 4. But, I mean, obviously at crossroads, you have, a crossroads, there's a story of the person who went to a crossroads, or, like, a story/old legend. A guy went to a crossroads because he really, really wanted to learn how to play guitar. Who plays the guitar? Demix does. And so, he sells his soul to the devil to be able to play the guitar. So, that's just too much of a coincidence for my taste to...
And if Nomura knows about crossroads, and meetings at crossroads, and partings at crossroads, there's no way he doesn't know that legend. Mm-hmm. Either it's just a fun little wink, or it means something, who knows?
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and find out in, 30 years.
Right?
By the way, have you ever played Vampire Masquerade?
No, but I wanted to.
Well, Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is delayed to October. I'm pretty sure it's going to come out at some point in the summer, but it was delayed to October.
Hopefully they get their game.
Yeah.
I got burned by Versus 13. I got burned bad.
Like, I've never played my Vampire Masquerade either.
It took me like 5 years before we pre-order a game again.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a surprise?
And I usually pre-order when I know it's going to be shipped, like within a couple months.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really played Vampire Masquerade. Really, I wanted to. I'm pretty sure I saw it on PS Plus the other day. Maybe. But, yeah, like, so you say you want to play it, right? Like, have you ever had a chance to?
Mm-mm.
You should. Because obviously there's the second one coming out, so you gotta play it before the second one comes out.
Yeah.
And also another game that's good news for us at least. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is going to be launching in April of 2025 on PS5.
Yes.
So you can finally play that. We've been waiting for 5 months now. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it released in December of last year or something.
Yeah, December, November, yeah. Time for the holiday season.
Yeah, and
so I'm just glad. I'm glad exclusives are going the way of the dodo. So.
Yeah, I guess we can call them semi-exclusive because they are exclusives, but for a short time.
Limited exclusives, I think they're going.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, because I mean it was only on Xbox for 5 months ish. So.
Yeah, and sometimes they can bite you because I got Hogwarts Legacy for the PS5, and it came with the Hogwarts Mystery expansion thing there, and then Xbox players got it brand new, and they were all excited to play something new, and I've already played through it 3 times.
Yeah, exactly.
That house is creepy though; it is fun.
Yeah.
I hate those mannequins.
I am excited that or happy that the console wars that have been going on for decades now, it's still there. Obviously, it will always be there. But it's become less of a thing.
It's
I remember
like a little battle now.
Yeah.
War.
Yeah, because I remember literally in middle school, being shunned because I liked PlayStation more than Xbox. That's how serious it was. And even in high school, people, if I told them I like PlayStation, they would name me all the reasons why the PlayStation sucks and why Xbox is better. It was that thing even on playgrounds growing up.
Yes.
People just always talked about which console was better. It's funny how no one ever mentioned Switch or Nintendo.
Now, Nintendo's always been kind of in a class of its own.
Yeah.
Ever since the N64 was the last time Nintendo was a big swinger. But now Nintendo is they have tons of first-party games, though.
Yeah.
No, but I can remember, because you were even too young for these, was that the console you bought showed what type of gamer you were.
Mm-hmm.
The Xbox had a lot of the shooting games and all these multiplayer type games, and the PlayStation had more of the Japanese and the RPGs. So.
And story games in general.
Right. So this used to show so for a while there, it was just sort of a fun tit for tat where we pick on each other, but it wasn't evil until you got older, and suddenly it just became like venom. It's like, oh my god, what happened to the fun banter we used to share with each other?
Yeah, exactly.
At least in person. I didn't do the online stuff.
Yeah.
I tried to play an MMO once.
Oh, really? Which one?
World of Warcraft. Wow, when it was brand new.
Gotcha. Did you like it?
Well, because it's at the same time, because I just got Final Fantasy 12 at the same time.
Gotcha.
But my friends were begging me to try WoW, so I tried it. I made my character. I got in there, and I just sort of zapped into a new area, and someone was like, do you want a battle? I typed back, I don't know what to do. And they yelled at me and walked away. I'm like, well, screw this. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Basically saying, help me. And they yelled at me and stormed off as their little character walked away. I'm like, screw this, I'm going to go level up in Final Fantasy 12.
Yeah.
That was my last time I played an MMO.
Yeah, I haven't played much.
Why would I want to get yelled at by strangers when I can play this nice new game that back in the day you didn't need patches, so, you know, it was all ready to go.
Yeah, I played a couple of Pokemon MMOs that fans have made, which are pretty fun. But I haven't really played many MMOs. They're
kind of dying out.
Yeah.
They're not what they used to be. When WoW was new and all this stuff, they're still there, but it's...
Is WoW still up and running?
I believe so.
Okay.
I think if WoW went down, we would have heard about it.
Probably.
I mean...
Because it would be like a generational thing.
Yeah, it would be. Because it was like the first.
Didn't that come out in like 2008 or something?
Oh. No, I think it was before 2008.
When
Maybe not.
did WoW come out?
Am I that old?
2004.
That's what I thought. Okay.
So the year I was born.
Year you're born. Yeah, so I mean, if that went down, I think we would have heard about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. By the way, there is also a new game. Atlas announced actually.
Okay.
It's Raidu Remastered: The Mystery of the Soulless Army.
What's it called?
Raidu Remastered: The Mystery of the Soulless Army. It's a remaster of the PS2 Devil Summoner game.
Oh, okay, it's a Devil Summoner game. Okay.
Yeah. So they're making that. I'm pretty sure. Do they have a release date yet?
I beat.
They have not. They not have a release date yet.
I built Devil Survivor 2 on the 3DS. Is it the 3 or 2DS? 3DS, I think. I didn't beat the Devil Survivor for the first one. I beat it for the Devil Survivor. I play a lot of Atlas games.
Yeah, I know.
So.
Yeah.
A lot of Atlas games.
Yeah, Atlas games are fun. I like them.
Try their old school games and you might change your mind.
I have tried them.
Old school.
Well, you gave me the DS game.
Old school. I'm talking about...
Yeah, you should probably clarify what old school means.
The Persona 2 Innocent Sin and Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. That's old school. Those games. Innocent Sin, oh my god, when you're in that final dungeon, you take 2 steps and you hit a random battle. But I beat it!
That's good.
And then I didn't play the next half, which is Eternal Punishment. I didn't play that one. So. I got both of those for the PSP. Those were remastered for the PSP.
Gotcha.
And then I got them digital on the Vita.
Okay. That makes sense.
So, I mean, those are really, really old, but they were remastered for the PSP, so.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I wish they would remake the 2 first Persona 2 games.
1, 2, and 2?
Yep. Because that would be fun, because it'd be nice to see those updated with the new mechanics.
Gotcha.
But I think that would be a lot of work.
Yeah.
I heard they're going to remake 4 again.
Probably. Speaking of 4, I just recently got 4 on PS5, so I got to play that now.
Yeah, well, I can play mine again since, you know, it was missing for how many years? 6?
Yeah, I did.
So I want to start over.
But yeah, so there was also a new Tamagotchi game.
What game?
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi?
Yeah. Tamagotchi.
What's that?
You never heard of Tamagotchi?
Oh yeah, I have. It took me a second. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, you of all people should know what Tamagotchi is.
Yeah, I know what Tamagotchi is. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm like, my head kept going to Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi Life Living the Dream releasing in 2026.
those are kind of...
They also released that, or revealed that at the Nintendo Direct.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I haven't played any of them.
I haven't either, but everyone, like I said, I forgot, but yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows who they are, or should know who it is.
It took me a second, but I remember. Like I said, my mind was stuck in Tamagotchi, and I'm thinking, what the heck?
Also, like, you've obviously seen Percy Jackson, at least the first season.
Yep.
Second season's coming out, hopefully by the end of this year. Hopefully.
Nice.
And there's apparently a new Power Rangers series in discussions at Disney Plus, with the Percy Jackson's showrunners Jonathan E. Steinberg and Dan Schatz, like, discussing it with Disney Plus, like, executives.
Oh, cool.
Hopefully to make a new Power Rangers series.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, and they did a great job on the Percy Jackson stuff. I don't know, like, what other stuff they've done,
Well,
but...
maybe it's good, because if they did that in between, that would keep people up to date on the Percy Jackson stuff, too, because then the actors would always be forefront in mind.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I don't watch Power Rangers too often. Like, I'm not a big Power Rangers guy, but I definitely watch it.
I watched, of course, I'm old, so no matter what people say, everyone was originally watching the original Power Rangers at the time, because no one had seen anything like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And no one could, the internet wasn't a thing yet. Me, your mom, and our cousin Colin would watch it, and we could never quite realize, okay, this comes from a different country because that scary witch lady, or not scary, but that witch lady, her lip movements do not match up
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
But there was no way to say, hey, this is actually part Japanese, so.
Yeah, exactly.
But we did all eventually figure out that the yellow Power Ranger was supposed to be a boy because he didn't have a skirt, and then we realized it was all racist.
Yeah.
The black Power Ranger was black and the Asian Power Ranger was yellow, and it's like, that's not good.
Yeah. And then, also, speaking of Japanese stuff, the Kaiju number 8, like the anime, its second trailer, came out a few days ago, and its second season debuts in July.
Okay.
And I am super excited for that. I loved the first season.
See, that one I don't watch. I'm behind on my anime.
Like I've told you about it before, like you probably forgot, but I've told you about it when I first watched it. I do think you would like it. Like, it's very emotional and very just like heart-driven and honestly kind of sad. But also at the same time heroic. You know, it's kind of like one of those. You know. And yeah, I think it's really awesome. I've not read the manga. I haven't really read the manga before I watch anime. Unlike someone. But yeah, it's really good. I really think you would like that. Maybe one day I'll show you it.
Yeah, well, maybe when we go to KatsuneCon. We have a con that's coming up in our area.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. And another anime that's going to be releasing soon is Black Butler. Have you watched Black Butler?
I watched the first season. That was very depressing. I tried season 2, and that was not talked about.
Okay.
Because that one went from being like a dark, depressing anime to dark humor type thing, and it's like everyone's like, what are you doing?
Gotcha. They tried changing it up mid-series.
Well, it was a different character. The Butler's still the same. But
Gotcha.
Because I don't. Yeah, that's depressing.
But yeah, that it's called the Emerald Witch arc. It releases on April 5th.
No, you said Black Butler. That's right.
Yeah, Black Butler Emerald Witch arc releases on April 5th, 2025.
Okay.
So like next week.
Oh.
So, which I've wanted to watch it. I've heard good things about it, at least from like people I talked to, and I wanted to give it a try. I watched like the first 2 episodes like way back, like 5 years ago. But
yeah, I think that's the one that I want you to watch when you were little.
that makes sense. It doesn't look like one that kids should watch.
No. You did watch our own high school host club.
I did, yes.
And when he was little, if you know that anime, when he was little, he looked like honey.
Mhm.
Big eyes, curly blonde hair, tiny. So then he had to have a bun when he was little.
I was like 5.
You were younger than 5.
Okay, I was 1.
He was like 3 or 4. And the part in the opening, I'm totally embarrassing him, but I get to do that. And the opening song intro, that when he runs into her arms and she spins him around, he used to make me do that with him all the time.
Yeah, 'cause I was 4.
It was so cute.
Yeah, 'cause I was 4.
He's not my little honey anymore.
Well, no. If we tried doing that nowadays, I would break you.
You would.
We will both topple over and break everything in our path.
Yeah, and each other.
Yeah. So you know the game that came out recently, Assassin's Creed Shadows?
I want to play that.
It has 2 million players in its first weekend.
Wow.
Which is big for it. And apparently, like, I've heard people talk about it, and it's not the most perfect game, but it's still really, really good. Like, it's not perfect by any means, but it's still, like, a really, really fun game.
Yeah, that's kind of how I view Dragon Age.
Mm-hmm.
It's not near perfect at all, but it's still fun.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I didn't think it'd be perfect, but people have been wanting... I mean, geeks like samurai. And...
a lot of people were actually concerned that it was going to kind of take the thunder away from, like, Ghost of Tsushima, which is, like, it's very, very similar.
Right, but no, that's got its own fan base, so...
Yeah. But it doesn't look like, or like people were worried that it was gonna try copying things from Ghost of Tsushima, or like some stuff like that. Doesn't look like they did. It looks like they made their own thing, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, like I said, I know I mentioned it last week. I think Baldur's Gate 3 might have hurt Dragon Age a little bit, but that's only been for new players. If you're gonna play Dragon Age, you're gonna play it no matter what. Kind of like with Assassin's Creed. If you're a fan, you're gonna play it.
yeah, exactly.
So.
Same thing with Pokemon. I mean, if you like Pokemon, you're gonna play a new game regardless of how it looks.
Yep.
But yeah, I really want to play it at some point.
Yeah.
Also, so speaking of Ghost of Tsushima, there's a sequel for it on the way called Ghost of Yotei. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it, but it is coming out. I'm pretty sure this year. If not this year, then next year.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts on that? Like, do you think that, like, are you excited for it? Have you even played the first one at all?
No.
I have.
I stick more to. I'm not so good at action games.
Gotcha. Excuse me. Because I know, like, I played the first one.
Mm-hmm.
First one was really good. I haven't beaten it, but it's still really good. The voice acting is remarkable, especially like if you play in the Japanese mode. The voice acting is remarkable. The combat is amazing. And now in the Ghost of Yotei, you play as a female character. And it's kind of like a similar premise, at least from what it looks like from the trailer. So yeah, I'm excited for it, and I will definitely be buying it once it comes out. After I beat the first one. Because I still haven't beaten it.
I bought the first Alan Wake digitally. It was on sale on the PSN.
The first Alan Wake?
Yeah, and I didn't get very far. I just started playing. I'm not good with those.
Yeah.
I get nervous.
Alan Wake 2 is really fun.
And so I got I think it was on a really good sale, so.
That makes sense. I bought Persona 4 Golden for $9.99.
Okay.
But yeah, how about, you know the game It Takes Two?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I showed you Split Fiction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That came out recently, and apparently it's like doing amazing. And I want to play it, but I don't know if I have any friends. Because like, well, I'm not honestly not entirely sure if it has to be co-op or if there's that option. Like It Takes Two.
Yeah, like I said, I live out in the middle of nowhere, so my internet does not work very well. So
yeah,
we can't play any games together that way. So
yeah, which sucks, but
yeah. Otherwise, we could do Baldur's Gate 3 together. That'd be fun. But
yeah. I mean, we technically could, like, if we ever go to, like, a hotel or something, and...
Right. When we go to the convention, we'll just each bring our own. We have the hotel room I got for us, there's 2 TVs, so...
Yeah, exactly. So, but, yeah. And then also the Elden Ring Night Rain, which is, like, the kind of DLC, kind of its own game kind of thing. Like, it's expansion, but also too big to be an expansion.
Yeah, Dragon Age again. Dragon Age Awakening was like that.
Yeah, so it's like
mini.
Yeah, it's like mini game, and a lot of people are loving it. It's just an expansion on a game that people like. One of like the best selling games of all time, in Elden Ring. By the way, you know what really infuriated players that the director had said? He said that Elden Ring was not perfect, and that like there's still a lot of things that need to be perfected on, even though it's one of the most perfect games you can ever make. So people are like, "What else do you gotta do? You just made the most selling game of all time. What else do you need to do for it?"
Well, an artist is never happy with their work. They always find a mistake.
Yeah, that's very true. Um, Also, another thing too. Um, they do you remember the game Days Gone or the Days Gone By, Days Gone?
Sounds familiar.
Hang on. I need to make sure what it is. It's Days Gone. Okay. I want to make sure I'm saying it correctly. But there's a remastered coming for it.
Okay.
For what's the date? April 25th. And I played Days Gone a little bit. It's honestly really fun, and people have been wanting it to get a sequel for so long now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it came out on the PS4.
Okay.
Maybe late PS3, but I'm pretty sure it's PS4. And people wanting it to get like a sequel or anything, and now they're getting a remaster for it. So, I mean, close enough.
Oh yeah, but if you've been waiting for a sequel.
Yeah, I mean, honestly though, like at least it's getting some attention. Like something's better than nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I wish that Persona would stop remaking games and just get on with Persona 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless they remake, like I said, 1, 2, and 2, that'd be great. But
yeah,
stop remaking 4 and stop expanding 5 and just make Persona 6.
yeah. They need time, you know, just like Kingdom Hearts 4 needs time. They need time.
Well, yeah, but Nimura is a special case.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know what he has planned.
Yeah, I don't either. No one can guess that.
No.
Also, by the way, there's also a new. Have you ever heard of the anime Eden Zero?
I think so.
You probably heard me talk about it, but because it's made by the same creators who made Fairy Tail.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so much so that the main character looks a lot like a character from Fairy Tail. There's literally a blue cat in the exact same design as Fairy Tail. There's a girl character that looks exactly the same as like from. So it's literally like almost like a copy and pasted thing, which is so funny, and that's why people love it.
Sort of like Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Quest games. It's by the same.
Yeah.
I mean, the characters look exactly the same.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, that new game is coming July 15, 2025. There's a new game for it.
Cool.
Alright, yes, I don't really think it's gotten any games, now that I think about it, but yeah, there's a new game coming out for it.
Okay.
I've wanted to watch Eden Zero, I just haven't gotten around to it. It looks funny and hysterical, but I just have not gotten around to it.
Yeah.
Now, final thing today was just, what are your favorite animes to watch?
My favorite animes?
Yeah, or anime, from anime to anime.
Well,
to watch slash enjoy.
Almost anything by Studio
Ghibli?
Ghibli, I can't remember how you pronounce it. Almost anything by them. I will not comment on Howl's Moving Castle because I haven't figured out how to feel about that one yet because I read the book. And the movie is so different. That's best explained in alternate universe fan fiction, so.
Gotcha.
But anything by them, and Natsume anime series is one of my favorites.
That makes sense, because, yeah, like, the anime that I'm watching currently that I really enjoy, like, obviously, like, Fairy Tail's up there. Fairy Tail, like, even if people don't like the power of friendship thing, like, in case if anyone didn't know, like, the creator didn't have friends growing up, so he made a manga where he could have those friends in, like, book form.
Okay.
So that's pretty much, like, the story of how Fairy Tail was made. And then, Kaiju number 8, like what we discussed, that one's really good. I love that one. I can't wait for season 2. Blue Exorcist is another one. Season 3 just ended. After watching season 3, I have not yet. It might be the final season with how slow the manga's going. Because season 1 came out in 2011. Season 2 came out in 2017. Season 3 came out in 2024/2025. So, like, it's like...
Oh, speaking of anime, back to Kingdom Hearts, that reminds me.
Yeah.
Disney made a deal with Studio Ghibli that they got to release all their movies with English dubs and localize them here.
Oh, really? Is it on, like, Disney Plus?
No, just in general, in theaters and everything. They made a deal. So it'd be great if we somehow got a Studio Ghibli movie in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I mean, the one that would make more sense to me would be, like, Spirited Away.
Right, but you know how many there's so many movies that there's some that are very Japanese that Disney really didn't want to release, but they had to because it was part of the package deal.
Yeah.
Something with raccoons and being well endowed and fighting with that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, there's like, there is Howl's Moving Castle, that's another popular one. Valley of the Wind, My Neighbor Totoro, all of those, any of those worlds in a Kingdom Hearts game. I don't know how that would work if they would need, because Disney does have the English rights to those games. I don't know if they would have to go to them and say, can we add this or not?
Yeah.
But one of those movies being in Kingdom Hearts would just be so much fun.
Like I know Princess Mononoke, that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I watched that in class.
You watched that in class?
Yeah, because it was like I'm pretty sure it was a summer school thing where we were learning about mythology type stuff, and we watched that movie because the teacher was a huge anime / D&D nerd.
Okay.
He was also the leader of like the D&D club.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he showed us that movie. And
yeah, that movie's dark.
Yeah, it was.
All of his movies are kind of really sad though. They
That's
always
true.
got this melancholy to them.
Yeah.
But I would picture it being Spirited Away or Howl's Moving Castle. I hope it's not Howl's Moving Castle. Because Sophie and Howl are way too nice in that animated movie.
Oh, really?
Compared to their book counterparts. They're assholes. They're only made for each other.
Gotcha. That's fair.
But it was fun because the author of Howl's Moving Castle, her name was Diane Lynn Jones. Unfortunately, she passed away. But her and Hayao Miyazaki, both masters at their works, one animated movies and one a novelist, had a private screening just the two of them.
Gotcha.
So that would have been like a fly on the wall, and that would have just been so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, anime is like really fun, and like another one that I really like watching. I actually haven't finished it, and I know that it ends very, very, very devastatingly sad. Is Your Lie in April. I started watching that on episode like 8 or 9, and I know how it's regarded as one of the saddest anime of all time. Okay. Like that's how sad it is, and that's why I know I'm expecting something. I just don't know what it is. So like I'm watching it, and I'm like, okay, when's the ball gonna drop? Okay, what's gonna happen?
And they can do that.
Yeah. I love like I need to watch more anime. I haven't watched it nearly enough.
I haven't been up on new anime in a long time.
Yeah, like Kaiju number 8 is probably the most recent one I watched.
I think the most recent one was Skate to Infinity.
Oh
yeah. And Soul Love and Below. I didn't finish the first season yet because life got in the way.
Season 2 is out and finished, so
yeah.
We'll have to.
I think I only have like 1 or 2 episodes left of season 1.
Yeah. Oh, and the next time I bring it over, we'll catch up on that.
Okay. Yeah, and then Skate to Infinity. That one's kind of fun.
Yeah. Did we finish that one?
Mm-hmm. That one was really short. Too.
Yeah, it was like only like 12 or 13 episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that does it for this episode of the podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please go down and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and also hit that like button so we know that you like this content.
And any opinions on what we talked about, drop it in the comments. Just be respectful, please.
Alright, you guys, have a good night. Peace.